Well, freezing temperatures aren't just wreaking havoc outside. They can also cause problems inside your home. The simple steps you need to know to avoid disaster.
Also, a routine checkup turns into emergency surgery at UW Health for a mother and her unborn twins.
And later, with high food prices and rising food insecurity, multiple Fitchburg businesses step up to support a senior center's meal program. You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin with a snow emergency in Madison. City officials say it will remain in effect through tonight.
Crews are still cleaning up after last week's storm, and that means alternate side parking rules are in effect for all residents from 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. SALT remains ineffective because of cold temperatures, meaning Madison's main streets remain snowier than usual. Some residential streets also remain snow-covered. Drivers are asked to use caution when navigating the city over the next few days. For more on these conditions, let's check your first warned forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Well, we have that alert day in the forecast for tonight and tomorrow for exactly that reason. Bitterly cold temperatures, salt isn't going to work on the roads, and temperatures could cause frostbite if it gets cold enough and you're outside with your exposed skin. Time lapse from the WISC-TV sky cam shows some clouds early this morning and then mostly sunny skies for most of the day. Just a few cirrus clouds and a pretty nice sunset in the west, but those clear skies and the fresh snow cover will allow temperatures to drop very quickly tonight. There are some snow showers downwind from Lake Superior and Lake Michigan. Otherwise, the Midwest is pretty much precipitation free. High temperatures only made it up to 9 in Madison, 12 in Janesville. Most areas saw temperatures right around 10 degrees, give or take a degree or two. And right now, Madison's dropped back to 4. Janesville's at 7, but it's already below 0 to our north and west. Black River Falls, Viroqua, both down to 1 degree below 0. Here in Dane County, it's 0 in Middleton, 1 in Verona, and 1 in Mount Horeb. You factor in the winds, and while the winds aren't very brisk, we're still seeing wind chills in the single digits to teens below 0. Madison's wind chill, there's not a wind chill this hour just because the winds are light, but Viroqua's wind chills down to 15 below 0. There are wind chill advisories in effect for all of southern Wisconsin for tonight through 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Otherwise, look for mostly clear skies. Temperatures will drop to 3 below 0 here in Madison by 10 p.m. Look for the bulk of the coldest air to reach us late tonight. I'll tell you when we can expect to warm up in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. And that bone-chilling weather leaves most people just staying inside. But with weather this cold, your house could also be at risk. And our Andrew Banstra spent the day finding out how to protect your home and also your family. Andrew?
That's right, Eric and Charlotte. Frozen or even burst pipes are every homeowner's worst nightmare. I spoke with Monona Plumbing's master plumber today, who told me taking some simple steps can help avoid disaster. Leaving your sink dripping ideally on the highest floor of your home keeps water flow and can keep your pipes from freezing. Opening the cabinets under your sinks also flows warmer air to your pipes, helping them avoid freezing. If your water stops working or if you see leakage, Luke says to find your main water valve.
Go shut off your water while you wait for a service technician to get out there to take care of you. So that's why I always stress it's nice to know for any homeowner, whether it's a first-time owner or someone's been in a house for a long time, is to know where your main water shutoff is.
He says to take preventative action when temperatures dip below 10 and to keep your thermostat above 55 even if you're leaving town. Now, if a pipe does burst, it will cause significant damage to your home. But on the bright side, Luke says if you take his advice, it'll be smooth sailing.
Andrew, thank you. And stay up to date on the weather on our First Warn Forecast weather app, hourly forecasts, road conditions, and your latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. And be sure to log on to channel3000.com. And wake up to News 3 Now this morning for the latest on the snow emergency. You'll be able to find out the latest for the morning commute and also what schools and events might be closed for the day.
Helping you get the information you need before hitting the ballot box, we are keeping a close eye on a forum soon to get underway for 3 candidates running for mayor of Madison. Hosted by several West Side neighborhoods, it's taking place at Sequoia Library, where we find our McKenna Alexander with a preview of the discussion. McKenna?
Yeah, there's still time to come down here. Just under an hour to go until that discussion night starts at 7. Mayor Saatchi Rhodes Conway, Gloria Reyes, and Scott Kerr will be discussing questions on environment, housing, public safety, and public transportation. Now, incumbent Rhodes Conway is running for re-election with a focus on affordable housing, climate change, rapid transit, and racial equity. Former Madison Metropolitan School District Board President Gloria Reyes has said before that she'll be focusing her campaign on Madison's housing crisis and re-imaging managing the current overhaul to the bus rapid transit system. As for Scott Kerr, the longtime city employee has set his campaign priorities on public safety and cost-effective government. Now, again, that discussion does start here in a little bit at 7 and runs until 8:30. If you're not able to make it down tonight to Sequoia Library, you can stream the discussion in full over on our website, channel3000.com.
McKenna, thank you. You can also watch tonight's forum live on channel3000.com. We also have a link to the meeting as well. Just go to the story on our website. Virtual attendees will be able to ask questions using the chat feature.
The Madison School District Superintendent will deliver a State of the District address tomorrow. For the first time in person, Dr. Carlton Jenkins will give the address at Madison East High School. Dr. Jenkins is expected to speak about a wide range of topics, including school safety, funding, and solving achievement disparities. He is also expected to lay out his plan for the district's future. The address is scheduled to start at 6 p.m.
A Michigan family is happy and healthy today, thanks in part to doctors from UW Health's Fetal Diagnosis and Treatment Center. In August, Phoebe and Chad Anderla were undergoing routine monitoring of their twins when they were sent to Madison for a routine second opinion. Well, that second opinion quickly turned into emergency surgery to save the babies' lives. The twins were diagnosed with stage 3 twin anemia polycythemia sequence, or TAPS.
Twin A, our little Shay, he was anemic, and so he became anemic because he was essentially kind of donating his blood and his nutrients to his brother, Carter, baby B. And so because of that, then Carter was becoming polycythemic. So he was getting too much. And so there was a complete imbalance, and they were both pretty sick.
If not treated, TAPS can be deadly for both twins. Within 3 hours of arriving at the center, surgery was successfully conducted on Phoebe and the twins. After staying over for one night, the family returned home. On November 1st, twins Carter and Shay were born in Green Bay.
Twin A, our little Shay, he was anemic, and so he became anemic because he was essentially kind of donating his...
And the UW Health Fetal Diagnosis and Treatment Center started seeing patients in March of 2022. It also includes social workers and coordinators who support families' needs throughout their care journey and beyond.
According to a new study, COVID-19 was a leading cause of death for children in the United States. Looking at federal data, researchers concluded about 1 of every 100,000 children died from COVID-19 between August of 2021 through July of last summer. COVID-19 has also become the top cause of death from any infectious or respiratory disease. Despite these latest numbers, though, children are still less likely to die from the virus than any other age group.
Coming together to fix a problem. That's what a group of Fitchburg businesses have stepped up to do. After Little John's closed, and with it, its contract to provide meals to Dane County's older adults. Our Arman Rahman has more on how the community stepped up to offer solutions.
Eric and Charlotte, since Little John's Kitchens closed on January 23rd, the managers at the Fitchburg Senior Center had to scramble to get meals not only for those who come to the center, but those who can't leave their houses and cook for themselves. But they didn't have to scramble for long. Benvenuto's, Oasis Cafe, Great Dane, Quick Trip, and the Thirsty Goat will provide almost 70 meals a day through the Fitchburg Senior Center for the next 3 weeks. They've agreed to do this for now until a more permanent solution is in place.
I just feel really grateful that so many decided that they would take us on. It's definitely a challenge. They're not necessarily serving things that are on their menu. Going out of their way, stepping out of their boundaries and helping us is just, it's been really lovely.
The Fitchburg Senior Center will reimburse the businesses. The meals are for any residents enrolled in Meals on Wheels or who dine at the Senior Center. Eric and Charlotte.
Armand, thank you. The new February edition of our sister publication, Madison Magazine, is all about secondhand shopping in Madison. It compiles more than 100 thrift stores, antique shops, and flea markets for those who enjoy treasure hunting. Whether you want to stop by a tried and true place like St. Vincent de Paul or want to venture into the antique space, with the Columbus Antique Mall, there is a spot just for you, and you can find the article online as well at madisonmagazine.com.
When we come back, an energy drink company settling a class action lawsuit, how you may be able to cash in.
Also, how a Madison restaurant looks to help out the Dane County Humane Society on Super Bowl Sunday.
Steinhaffel's biggest President's Day sale is happening now. Save 35 to 75% store-wide, plus get fantastic bonus buys like this recliner for just $2.99. A Beauty Rest Queen mattress only $3.99. Reclining sofa $5.99. This queen bed now $6.99. A 5-piece dining set just $10.49. And with Steinhaffel's 72-month financing, your new furniture just got more affordable. It's Steinhaffel's President's Day sale. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
The biggest and best RV event in the Midwest is back. It's the Madison Camper and RV Show and Sale. See a huge selection of RVs, camping equipment, and campgrounds, all under one roof. Meet Gilbert Brown, Gridiron Great. Tickets are just $10 and kids are free. Seniors, you're welcome at half price on Friday. Experience the great outdoors at the Alliant Energy Center, Friday through Sunday, February 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Fry Construction can help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air paths in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and our cutting-edge insulation techniques, your home will be warm and energy efficient for years to come. Visit fryconstruction.com today for your free thermal imaging consultation and save 23% on select insulation services.
When we designed the all-new Honda Pilot Trail Sport, we made it adventure ready. With features like an enhanced all-wheel drive system and off-road tuned suspension, so you can blaze new trails. The all-new Pilot Trail Sport, the most off-road capable Honda SUV ever. Visit your local Honda dealer where new vehicles are arriving daily. Buy online or reserve from select Honda dealers.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
The energy drink company Celsius Fitness has settled a class action lawsuit over claims about the ingredients. Celsius had promoted the beverage as being free of preservatives, but it turns out the products do in fact contain citric acid. If you bought a Celsius beverage or mix anytime from January 2015 to November 23rd of 2022, you can get a payout. To get up to $250, you will need to have proof of purchase, such as a receipt. Without a receipt, you can still get a $20 payment. You have until February 1st to submit a claim.
The Super Bowl is not the only big game being played February 12th. For the 5th year in a row, the restaurant Beer Rock on Sherman Avenue will host a watch party for the Puppy Bowl, with proceeds benefiting the Dane County Humane Society. The fun kicks off at noon with a tailgate pregame show. The Puppy Bowl runs from 1 to 4. The event will feature specialty drinks and a blueberry pie called the Pippin. Beer Rock will donate $1 for every Pippin Beer Rock sold the week after the event to DCHS. And due to health code regulations, dogs will not be allowed at the event. Still ahead, climbing the world's largest freestanding mountain can be a daunting task for just about anybody, especially for a first-time climber.
Coming up, how a Monona grandmother conquered Mount Kilimanjaro and proving her doubters wrong in the process.
Plus, when we can expect these temperatures to warm back up. Gary's back with a complete forecast after the break.
Every cabinetry starts as a kitchen built for right now and grows with you as life changes. It's flexible by design, so you can go from doors to drawers for storage that works at every stage. Save big money on Clearview Cabinetry. Countertops are the center of a home with elegant to everyday options and easy installation that you can do yourself. Save big money on custom craft countertops and start your next project today, now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, I just got a text from my sister. You remember Rick, her neighbor?
Sure. He's the 76-year-old guy who still runs marathons, right?
Sadly, not anymore.
What? You mean...
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Wow. So sudden. We're not about to have the we need life insurance conversation again, are we?
No, we're having the we're getting coverage so we don't have to worry about it conversation.
So you're calling about the $9.95 a month plan from Colonial Penn?
I am. We put it off long enough. We are getting that $9.95 plan today.
Is it time for you to call about the $9.95 plan? I'm Jonathan from Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. Sometimes we just need a reminder not to take today for granted. It could be the death of someone you know or a health scare. That's why today could be a great day to call for free information about Colonial Penn's 995 plan. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance starting at just $9.95 a month. There are no health questions, so you can't be turned down for any health reason. This is permanent coverage. Just pay your premiums for lifelong security. The 995 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life plan. Options start at just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate can never go up. It's locked in for life. Don't put it off. Take the first easy step. Call today for free information. And you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. So call now.
Call 1-800-290-3399 for your free information and free gift. That's 1-800-290-3399. There's no risk or obligation. That number again is 1-800-290-3399. 1-800-290-3399. Call now.
Hello, Colonial Penn?
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. There are days in everyone's life that feel like a mountain you have to climb up. But one Dane County grandmother says if she can hike up Africa's Mount Kilimanjaro with no previous experience, you too can conquer your summits with determination and pace.
In a story you'll only see on News 3 Now, our Armand Rahman introduces us to Monica Livingston and shares her story from Monona to Kilimanjaro.
Oh, I've been dreaming of this for like over 20 years.
Dancing with African tribes was unforgettable, but Monica Livingston's dream involved bigger steps up the world's largest freestanding mountain, Mount Kilimanjaro.
You look and you just see the mountain lines disappear into the clouds. And you're like, oh my gosh, what in the world have I gotten into?
Before the 63-year-old left Monona, Livingston had never climbed or camped before. Her training was walking.
Around Lake Monona a few times, you know, just did a lot of trekking at Devil's Lake.
But she was determined to make it to the second highest summit, Stella Point, a non-technical climb that's still dangerously steep.
Just trek over this way about 20 feet, and then it turns this way. And you're just going up the mountain like that.
The trip up took 7 days with low oxygen.
It was okay as long as we didn't rush. And the mantra that you do on the mountain is pole pole. It's Swahili, that means slowly, slowly. It's rainforest, yeah.
They went from rainforest to rocky terrain with guides to help them over boulders and deep crevices.
So you do this little leap of faith, and he just pulls you over. But, oh my God, that was a little bit scary.
But Livingston says their climbing team held the line together.
There would just be a big group hug, and we'd be like, okay, we can do this. We're going to do this together. Let's get up this mountain.
The last leg of the trip was the hardest, before sunrise with below zero wind chills. The names of her loved ones on her pack helped, close to her heart.
Started out with my husband, my kids, my grandkids.
And the sun came up as Livingston made it to 18,800 feet.
It's just gorgeous, even though it's just plain. And you can see the glaciers also off to your left.
It's a summit not many people on Earth reach, but Livingston says anyone can conquer the mountains life throws at them, taking it pole pole.
I would say don't let anyone squelch that desire to go do something beyond what you think you're capable of doing or even question.
Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Let's check back in now with Gary for the latest on these freezing temperatures.
Yeah, temperatures are already in the single digits and in some cases below zero. We have an alert day in the forecast through tomorrow for bitterly cold wind chills tonight that'll drop to about 20 to 25 below zero. Actual air temperatures down to around 10 below zero or a little bit colder. And even during the day tomorrow, those wind chills staying below zero, even though the actual air temperature gets up above zero. All of southern Wisconsin is going to be affected. In fact, the entire state of Wisconsin is under a wind chill advisory for tonight into tomorrow morning. Wind chill advisories for all of Minnesota, northern Iowa, extreme northwestern Illinois, and much of the Dakotas. So the bulk of the coldest air is right overhead. But the air sinks, it's actually drying out, and so you can see very little in the way of precipitation across the upper Midwest, other than a few lake effect snow showers downwind from Lake Michigan and Lake Superior. Farther to the south, though, it is snowing across Arkansas into Missouri and eventually into southern Illinois, and there's some freezing rain in there as well. Winter storm warnings in effect for parts of southern Missouri into southern Illinois. Winter weather advisories, even ice storm warnings farther to the south. But you can see the jet stream has now sagged to the south. That's allowing the cold air to filter southward. And to our north and west, the upper level winds are coming right out of central Canada. So that's funneling the cold air in. Good news is tomorrow morning will probably be the coldest day of this week, or the coldest time period. Temperatures should start to rebound after that. This high pressure system basically extends from Nebraska and Kansas all the way up into central Canada. So that's just continuing to funnel the cold air down. But eventually, as that high starts to move off to the east, our winds become a little more southerly, and that should start to warm up, at least in the short term, for Wednesday and Thursday. Right now, though, temperatures single digits above zero across southern Wisconsin, already below zero in the northern portion of the state. You factor in the winds, and we're seeing wind chills now down to almost 30 below zero in Fargo, North Dakota, 23 below zero in Brainerd, Minnesota, Twin Cities close to 20 below zero. So get used to that cold air. With the clear skies, even though the winds will be a little bit lighter than they were yesterday, still we're looking at bitterly cold wind chills. Tomorrow, those winds already start their trek to the southwest. Temperatures at least will be back into the lower teens for highs, but we'll still see clear skies tomorrow night, so that'll allow temperatures to drop into the single digits, this time above zero. And then on Wednesday, those southerly winds get temperatures up into the lower to middle 20s. And we'll probably be there on Thursday before another shot of bitterly cold air moves in for one day, this time on Friday. Wind chill advisories in effect from basically 9 and 10 o'clock tonight through 10 a.m. tomorrow morning for all of southern Wisconsin. Future track wind chills beginning at 10 p.m. Madison down to 17 below zero. Most areas in the teens below zero. By early tomorrow morning, down to around 20 to 25 below zero. And then for tomorrow during the afternoon, still looking at wind chills at or below zero through all of southern Wisconsin. Planning your night, look for a low of 9 below zero in Cross Plains, 10 below zero in Windsor, and 9 below zero in Brooklyn. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 11 below zero in Camp Douglas and La Crosse, 11 below zero in Prairie du Chien, and 12 below zero in Watertown. For tomorrow, though, mostly sunny skies. Just not quite as bitterly cold. High temperature back up at 12 degrees. Wind chills, though, like I said, below zero during the day. The 7 to 10 day forecast. Lower to middle 20s Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, we drop back to 4 below zero in the morning, with the wind chill down to 20 below zero, high of only 8. But then a warm up over the weekend. Maybe some light snow north of Madison Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. And a system to watch toward the middle of next week brings the potential for some snow, but at least temperatures will be back close to freezing.
And another Buck is taking home the Eastern Conference Player of the Week honor, and I'll give you a hint as to who it is. We got more on the Greek Freaks' impressive return to the hardwood next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When treating shoulder pain, I think one of the most important things that we need to do is listen to our patients. Most times, just listening to the patient, letting them explain what's been bothering them, I'm able to help confirm a diagnosis.
Is your house frustratingly cold? Here's some good news. You can upgrade to our high-efficiency foam insulation, and the federal government will pay up to 30% of the cost in the form of an energy tax credit. Our foam keeps the cold air out, your warm air in, with lower energy costs all year long. And again, the energy tax credit covers up to 30% of the cost. Our schedule is filling fast, so call now and get in ahead of everyone else. It's time to stop freezing and start saving.
USA Insulation.
There's nothing like volunteering at the fire department.
There's nothing like hitting the waves.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
Since my skin was so irritated and itchy.
And even worse with all my gear on.
Now, I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema. So adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
The Madison Camper and RV Show is back. Experience the great outdoors at the Alliant Energy Center Friday through Sunday, February 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
When treating shoulder pain, I think one of the most important things that we need to do is listen to our patients. Most times, just listening to the patient, letting them explain what's been bothering them, I'm able to help confirm a diagnosis.
With rent prices rising, at times without proper maintenance or amenities to match, Naomi Coles looks into the steps tenants can take to protect themselves and stay in their homes. Renters' Rights. Thursday on News 3 Now at 10.
What a week it's been for the Bucks. 4 straight wins, and in 3 of those games, the team scored 135 points or more. Now, doing the heavy lifting, of course, the Greek Freak. So it's no surprise that he's been named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week. During that stretch, Giannis averaged over 38 points, almost 13 boards, and 4.5 assists per game. And he's fresh off a 50-piece against the Pelicans. This is the 3rd time this season he's earned the honor. Excuse me. It's the 2nd week in a row that a Buck has been named Player of the Week. And if there's one thing that Greg Gard has stressed to his team this season, it's that they need to play for a full 40 minutes. Well, after dropping their 3rd straight game on Saturday, his squad knows full and well that they need to do that and need to start doing it quickly. Just 10 regular season games remain on the schedule, so the Badgers' biggest objectives are to get back to who they are and play a complete game.
I feel like in the beginning of the year we were doing a pretty good job of limiting the stretches that the runs that the other teams would have, and we would respond well. Right now, we just haven't been able to get a stop on defense. They go on their runs, and then we call a timeout, and nothing really happens, or they just continue to do whatever they want to do.
All the Badgers needed was 1 win. Since that ugly 5-game skid, the women's hockey team has won 4 straight, 2 of those contests being shutouts. The most recent came against St. Thomas. Now, headlining the weekend series is Casey O'Brien, and she is the WCHA Forward of the Week. O'Brien earns her first conference honor this season after posting 5 points against the Tommies, and she is now an official member of the 100-point club. The Badgers stay put in the latest USCHO poll this week, and they get ready for a top 14 showdown with St. Cloud State this weekend. Now, before we get to the Super Bowl, we have the Pro Bowl, and another Packer has been named to the NFC roster. Elton Jenkins gets the nod for this weekend's game. This marks his 2nd Pro Bowl in just 4 seasons. Also, former Badger and current Cowboy center Tyler Biadasz is heading to Las Vegas. It'll be his 1st Pro Bowl appearance. And Super Bowl 57 is officially set. The Chiefs and Eagles will meet in Arizona in less than 2 weeks to battle for the coveted Lombardi Trophy. And this matchup is going to see 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league going at it. Patrick Mahomes and company head in with 7 straight wins, while Jalen Hurts and the Eagles have 3 consecutive dubs. But either way, both teams round out the regular season with an identical 14-3 record.
All right, Jordan, thank you very much. Let's go to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
Cold out there. Temperatures already in the single digits. Middleton just barely above 0. Same thing with Cross Plains. They're down to 1 degree, but already below 0 temperatures out toward Viroqua and Black River Falls and Camp Douglas. And you factor in the winds, we're seeing wind chills now in the teens below 0 as nearby as Monroe and Platteville. Look for an overnight, or this evening, temperatures have dropped to about 3 below 0 in Madison. Wind chills down to 20 below 0 by late evening. Wind chills down to 25 below 0 by tomorrow morning.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.